time it is?
What time is it, man?
The beat. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Beatdown. I'm your host, Clive, and this is my co-host.
Mr. J. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, we back at it again. This time, we got you, we heard you guys loud and clear. We saw the views for Marvel. We really appreciate that. Now we're highly motivated to do this one. So, who do we got on our roster today, my brother?
Today we have Rogue from X-Men.
Well, all right, hon. Since you asked me nice.
Versus Supergirl from DC.
Take your best shot.
Sorry.
So, we got Supergirl, the cousin of Superman. You remember that? We also got Rogue, who is a member of the X-Men, who's a mutant. And there's a lot of special things about these two women. Sorry. Don't want to be offensive. They have so much tremendous potential, tremendous talent that they're all stronger than their counter from one. That's a terrifying thought. So, but I'm not gonna get. So, who wants to start first? You want to start first? Or should I start first?
Actually, I'll go first.
Let's hear it, brother.
All right. So, I mean, really, my whole argument is, look, we all know Rogue's base form. You know, she's strong. She's extremely fast. But her main weapon or main defense mechanism, I guess you could say, her main ability is that she can absorb abilities and memories and powers all through single touch, all from just touching her skin. That's all she really needs. So, obviously, if these two encounter one another and Supergirl is for some reason slightly faster and she is able to crack her first, you know, if she touches her skin on skin, even with a punch, you know, she's still touching her. So Rogue's still going to be able to take that second, absorb her abilities, and then I'm guessing if Rogue can hold on long enough, she can either kill her instantly. Well, not instantly, but she'll have to hold on to her to where she can weaken her, and then she'll die from that. Or hopefully she can absorb so much of her power that it leaves her vulnerable or human, I guess, and then she just kills her there. But Rogue's already extremely fast and strong on her own, and she has those abilities no matter what. So if she is able to absorb Supergirl's power and that kind of gives her a boost, she'll be even more powerful, more strong, more fast, and there's really not going to be much I think Supergirl's going to be able to do, especially in a weakened condition, which, as we know, if Rogue hold on to you, you're going to be in a weakened condition. And, you know, people make the argument that, well, Rogue can absorb too much power and it leaves her vulnerable. It's like, I don't really see that being the case, since Rogue has absorbed people who are, I would say, even stronger than Supergirl. She's absorbed Juggernaut's power. She's absorbed Thor's power and was temporarily like the god of thunder. So she's absorbed some very strong people, and not only that, she's absorbed people that more than one person at a time. At one point in time, even though it was temporarily, she had the powers of not only herself, but she had the powers of Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Wolverine. So those are three extremely strong people to have all at once.
Hell yeah.
And Rogue has, like, you know, a bunch of abilities people didn't know. You know, she can manipulate fire and ice, and, you know, whether these were temporary or not, you know, Rogue has absorbed a lot of people. So I'm really not sure how much Supergirl's going to be able to do in this case, especially if, you know, if she gets up and close and she, you know, hits her. You know, even that is going to kind of work to Rogue's advantage rather than hers.
Okay. I can see that. All that does make sense. You know, when Rogue does touch someone, she does put people in a weakened state. That's a given, because Well, she's juicing you. She's literally like a battery. She's almost like a phone. She's literally charging herself with yours. It's almost crazy. And every absorption she's had like tremendous amount of abilities, and she has no limits in what she can do. There's no doubt in that concept. No doubt in my mind, boss. That being said, we're talking about Superman's cousin, the woman from Krypton. Now, the reason why she happened to be inserted is because I guess she lived more longer in Krypton than Superman did, which means she had more of the abilities from there that kind of transformed over here on Earth. Now, in the story of the comics, I remember Superman gets his powers from, so it must be working out for Supergirl too, because she absorbs the power of solar. She can actually take a nuclear bomb in the face, and it wouldn't even harm her. She has tremendous amount of power, and she's incredibly strong. So strong that she literally lifted or carried 150 tons of a jumbo jet on her back.
Some argue that she's stronger than Superman and faster.
Yeah, and she's a lot faster than Superman. Matter of fact, there was a scene in the comic books I was so surprised by, that she went so fast that Superman couldn't even hear her anymore. Couldn't see her with seeing from his vision, but couldn't even also hear her. That was how fast it was. She did it just to prove a point. This woman is but let's get real with Supergirl. Supergirl is also a little hot-tempered. She's a little bit about getting in there and not really thinking clear. She kind of takes her limit power for the top. Even though she has a lot of power, she always pushes it over the limit. She doesn't just kind of settle for a little bit. I kind of take a little bit of a problem. And that being said, I read that Rogue isn't really very fond of handling solar power kind of mutants, anybody with that type of power, it takes a lot out of her. So yeah, she can get in a fight with someone with that type of power and can absorb the solar power, but remember, Supergirl has healing factors as well. And at some point, she still has the sun. Rogue has a temporary amount of power at that moment. She's gonna fight, and she might put up a good fight, but not long enough for Supergirl to take her down. There's a lot of speed and a lot of strength to go into it. Once Rogue kind of juices herself out with the solar power that she just absorbed from Supergirl, she's going to kind of get exhausted. Rogue is not exactly going to be able to just kind of get attack on her. It's going to be like, taking power does drain her at occasions. That's kind of like what happens on the majority of certain times in the comics. So, yeah, she can handle power, but to a certain limit. Supergirl has taken her powers, so she continues on trying to thrive, while Rogue is I feel like it's only tested a little bit of the limits compared to what Supergirl has taken on. Now, don't get me wrong, she's touched some really good freaking characters, like Thor. There's no mistake in that. Nightcrawler's impressive, Colossus is impressive, no doubt about it. But Supergirl has also beaten some pretty impressive people. And I only have to say Superman. She's also going toe-to-toe Flash, close enough to they were both almost in the same speed. He obviously still beat her, but being fast, almost as fast as Flash, is impressive. She punched Wonder Woman and made a god bleed.
Yeah, no, she's strong.
Woman has this amount of, which means that Rogue has a healing factor, but imagine something like that hit a bunch of times, breaking every ounce of your beauty. I mean, at some point, you're going to reduce. Eventually, you're not going to be able to stand anymore. You're not going to be able to take on. Blood's going to come out. You're going to start losing it. And eventually, she's just going to squeeze that head in. Because, again, Supergirl, no matter what, will always have that sun in her corner. Unless Rogue somehow finds a way to kind of put her away from that situation, then Rogue might have a fighting chance. And have a certain limit to her power. Supergirl doesn't have that much of a limit to her power. As long as she's got the sun in her corner. There was a quote, I can't remember it correctly, where Supergirl was so mad at someone that she claimed she had the feet of solar from the sun, and she had creation right in her fingertips, and that she was going to ruin this person's life and just almost destroy reality. This woman is incredibly not somebody you want to mess with, okay? And Superman, That's all I gotta say. Superman. He beat Superman. She beat the crap out of Superman a bunch of times, not just once, a bunch of times. In different types of forms, in different types of universes. Supergirl was like, yo, what you got? Superman Cyborg, I got you. Other Superman, I got you.
Well, I mean, I guess to counter that, I'd have to say, yes, Supergirl can be solar charged. We all know that. But with Rogue stealing her ability, Rogue is also temporarily solar charged. So, you know, it's really just, is she going to be able to keep her away from the sun? Is she going to be able to absorb enough of her power and weaken her enough to where she can take her out? And, you know, your argument is that, you know, she's Supergirl, essentially.
No, I mean, essentially, yes, she's Supergirl, but there are some factors to be considered. The fact that she has a tremendous amount of juice that she's never going to be able to run out of until Rogue kind of isolates her. On top of that, it's not easy to penetrate the skin of Supergirl. Like, you have to hit her with kryptonite in order for that to work out. Like, Superman, in order for Superman in another universe, in order to beat Supergirl, he had to punch her while having, like, kryptonite in his fist just to hit her, just to get her out. And she would have, because she was, I guess, being controlled by Darkseid, or she was possessed in some way, and she became super bad, and it was a crazy thing. But the reality is that Supergirl was able to take, almost destroy or eliminate Superman on that. And Superman has this incredible amount of all these, and it's a tool belt. He's got speed, he's got super strength, he's got super breath, he's got laser vision, he's got x-ray vision, he's got every type of thing you can think of Superman has. And Supergirl apparently overtops that man. And he's one of the godlike beings in the DC universe. Going against someone is not easy like that. And though Rogue has gone against godlike being like Thor, Supergirl, there's still just the kryptonite that needs to be in the right place at the right time for Rogue in order to eliminate Supergirl officially. Like, I just don't see how Rogue could just, like, beat the crap out of Supergirl to a point where Supergirl is like, I'm done. It's over. Like, she's going to pull her heart out or something. I don't see... Rogue is strong, but Supergirl's strong? I don't know, man.
Well, we have definitely made our argument. I mean, hopefully on this video the comments are open to where you guys can leave your opinion in the bottom. Let us know who you vote on.
It's crazy because now you can't even just put that you have to, there's options where you put either kid mode or non-kid mode. I was like, what is all that about? It's because, you know, if you want to put it in non-kid mode, it's people under 18. So it's like, but I want to be able to send it to people under 18, but you can't leave comments if I do it that way, which is crazy. Yeah. But if I do it the other way, it's acceptable, but people over 18 are allowed to watch and not people under 18. So it's like, so I don't get the 15, 16, 17-year-old audience. I don't get the 14-year-old audience that are into these types of things. Even the younger audience who might be into this stuff. Like, really? We're not really that bad in talking about this stuff. We're just hypotheticals here. I mean, you're not really seeing any of the gore. We're just talking here. But ending it on this note. So what's your point? How Supergirl would get beat by Rogue?
Long and short of it, she absorbs her powers, puts her in a weakened state, and beats her down.
Yeah, I think that would be the only time I feel like that would be the moment. Absorb enough energy of juice out of her, and then just kill her right then and there while she's still at that moment. And for my argument is that Supergirl, if Rogue were to absorb that power, Supergirl and Rogue would be throwing down. And if that be the case and it's not done quickly, Supergirl can continue on probably infinitely to a battle Rogue, and Rogue would probably just at some point have to give up because there's eventually going to be a stamina stand, and Supergirl's got her beat on that end. So we're just going to leave it on that note. But again, you guys get to leave the comments and decide what you guys want. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
And if you guys did, like it. All right? Catch you guys later. You know what to do.